Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. Let's get that one, and over here, you could get motion sickness watching this, couldn't you? I apologise for anybody currently experiencing a terrible bout of motion sickness on account of my running around like a lunatic. Let's bulldoze that one along. I'm going in the wrong direction there. Really want to be chucking this out onto the main road. I know that we're about to go and drag a big tree along the main road. And I'm very curious whether it would be more profitable for us to cut that one up or to leave it as it is. Now, that lot there, that was €83. That was barely worth the effort. And then we scramble back over here. So this one here, am I going to make more money if I cut it right there before I start dragging it? And you know, I think I probably will. I think that is actually something that we should do. We want to cut that one right there on that joint, so that we've got these two separate bits. And I can actually pick that one up by hand. So I'm going to do that one by hand. And then I'm going to do that. I am surprisingly strong. Okay, we will drop that one there. And we will go over this way. And there's another €50. Is that it? I'm glad I chopped that bit off the top, to be honest, now. And right, let's jump onto you. Now, the big thing is that I have an electric tractor over there that's got a substantial amount of power. And it is now fully charged. So I'm going to use that one, and this little beastie right here, I'm just going to park right there so that it is ready to go and be used. It's a lovely day today, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely, and it looks wonderful. We've got the shade of the tree here. Everything is tickety-boo, hunky-dory, and wonderful. If it was hoofing it down with rain, our yard would not be quite so idyllic. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this is a really, really nice yard that we've got here. Everything is set up, everything is quite relaxing and pretty to look at, and all the rest of it. And honestly, I think it's rather nice. But oh no, I want to have that one running, don't I? And I want to have that one running, and we're going to bring that and lower it down a bit. And we're just going to bring that in a bit there. But the thing is, if we weren't experiencing wonderful sunshine, this place really wouldn't look quite so nice. It would be an absolute mud hole in there. And oops, okay, just ignore the sign that came down there. And I want to go there and take that one off. And we move over here. So what are we going to get for this? We had €83 for all the little bits. And then the one piece off the top, we had 50. This one, 543. We still need another €700 to be able to get the forage wagon that we're after. We have no jobs currently available, which means that we need to go and get another tree and chop it down. And I'm kind of thinking that a pine tree would be better. Like that pine tree right there, in particular, I'm thinking is the one for the job. So we will go over here, and I'm going to need to do the stump grinding. I've got a stump that will be left with this pine tree right here. And then we got one also with that other tree that we took down. However, I'm not too concerned with stump grinding right now. What I do want to do is just bring that one up like that, and then run up the tree like that. Take off all of the little branches like that, plus that one there. And then this tree, if we were using a tree harvester, this would be cut into 3 pieces, wouldn't it? So let's cut it into 3 pieces. And, well, it'd probably be cut into 4 pieces, but I'm going to cut this into 3 pieces like that. And then I am going to go with one here and one here like this. And that is going to pull those two up together. So I'm going to lower that down onto the ground. And then I'm going to start hauling those two in together. Now, the slight problem with that is that that chain is too short on there, so I need to undo that one and then put it a little bit further away, like that. I think. And then this one over here. I'm going to put another one over on there as well, which is just going to, like, help it to start moving, I'm hoping. So that one will come in around there. And then that's going to bring these up like that. I'm going to... if I go Shift B here... Yeah, that does remove everything. So I'll put one on there. And... just going to bring that one around up here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Because we're going to want to pull it down this way. So I will just move it down this way. I'll come down this side. And I'll start doing it from here. I'll bring that back up a bit. And then lower it down. Put it up like that. There. Okay. This one is going to be the first one. That one's going to go up there. And I will haul that one back. I'll drag that one right down through. I'm pressing Shift and Z like that to be able to, like, drag them together. And then I've got the two logs there. They're fairly close, but I want them closer. So I'll bring that one right in there like that. Undo that one a minute, and then I'll get this one here. That one goes on there like that. And now start dragging that one in. That one will come right up beside us here like this. And then undo it. And then the last one is this one over here, which I'm gonna... kind of want to drag it from the big end, really. So I'll go from there and haul that one in. Is it going to do it? Yep, no worries. That one will drag that one in as well. So I'll bring that one right up. That one's going to go there like that. And then I can just quickly jump out and add a couple more chains in like that. We can lift this one up a little bit. Bring that in. And then go. Off we trot. And they're going to fall down this bank. So I kind of need to, like, head down the bank as well to, like, preempt that. We'll have a beacon going. We missed the road sign, remarkably. And I'm hoping that this is going to get us at least 700 euros. If this one tree here gets us our 700 euros, we're then going to be able to buy the 25,000 euro forage wagon, which I'd like to get. So I'm going to take that one off of there. I know the 25,000 one is not quite the... It's not the Alpine one that I was originally looking at. There's 2,300. That is fantastic. But it'll do for now. I know also we don't have a rake. And the rake would be really, really nice. But we can't afford a rake on top of what we're getting. There is another option. There is a way that we can get round this. Now, as far as the rakes go, like the tedder, we're not going to worry about any tedding. But as far as the rakes go, we do have this one here as an option. Now, this is a trailed one. The other two are push-alongs, but this is a trailed one. I've looked at this. Looking at this is a trailed one, okay? So, we have this one on the back. It's 3.4 meters wide, which is about the width of one machine. But that one only requires a 35 horsepower tractor. Our own tractor that we've got right here is a 20 horsepower tractor, but I reckon that we could probably pull it. I reckon that we would be able to do that. I don't think that that is out of the way. So I think that we can get the forage wagon. I think that we can get one full load with the forage wagon, and we can take that over, because if you have a look in here at the prices, we can take fresh grass to the barn. And we can get 51 euros per 1,000 litres. So we can get, from a full load on the forage wagon, we've already got 1,600 that will be spare after we go and buy this forage wagon. we take that to the barn. 25,000. So 25 times 50 is essentially what we're going to be getting, which is going to be 1,250. We get 1,250, which is going to take us almost to 3 grand left over. 3,000 euros. That's not too shabby. Let me go and have a look in here. So what was the windrower that I just looked at? That's 5,900. See, that one there, 4.6 meters. That needs that's 50 horsepower requirement. This one here is 35 horsepower requirement at 5,900. Right, 35 horsepower requirement or a 50 horsepower requirement. It would be nice to get that one, but that's not going to be an option. And also, it's like really expensive. So this is the one that we're going to go for, and then like some of these other ones, maybe another day, but not right now. I mean, possibly we could go with the Windrow King right there, but again, that's getting more expensive again. And then there's that one which needs a front-mounted one, and we don't have a front-mounted. That is front-mounted, isn't it? Is that one front-mounted? Pretty sure that's a front-mounted machine. Like, looking at the direction of those wheels, I'm pretty sure that is front-mounted. Yeah, I genuinely don't know. I don't know what the options are. Just a different brand, I guess. I'm genuinely not sure. I mean, maybe that one could be front or rear-mounted. I really don't know. It's only 2.5 meters wide, and so this is the one that we want to go for. Anyway, I'm not going for that right now. I want to go for the loading wagon, and despite the fact that that shiny bad boy right there would be perfect for our needs, we can't get that one. We don't have the 30,500 euros necessary, so we're going to go with this old machine right here at 25,000. It actually says 25. There's an option. The wheel setup. Wheel setup on there is giving me plus 500. That's plus 700, plus 800, 900, 1,100. Good gravy. Seriously? You're telling me it's 25 grand and then you're making me buy a wheel setup that costs extra? Right, we can change the patterns on them, but there is no option for wheels that allows me to go cheaper than the 25,000. I've got... Yeah, right. Oh, well. Apparently wheels are not... When you go buy this one, wheels are not included, which is a bit of a shame. So it's 24,500 litres. I thought it was 25,000, but it's not. So we will put this one on here, and this is where we find out that we can't actually tow the machine. Oh dear, this is terrible. Look at it. Size difference on that. I'm not sure this is going to really work. I'm really not sure this is going to work. I think we could really do with the smaller one. This is a heavy machine. I don't think we've thought this all the way through. I think maybe we should have stuck with the tree harvesting a little bit. Because if I had 2 grand for a tree there, if I'd gone on a little bit longer and I'd had another couple of trees, we could have made a bit of money out of that. We could have had enough money to be able to get the forage wagon that we really need, which is a smaller one than this, because this tractor is going to really struggle with this. Like, we can drive round the field. I can drive it round, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get up the hills and like get this actually running. When it started up, it didn't tell me that I don't have the horsepower for it. Let's bring you in round here. Let's see see what this does then. Start it up. Oh no. It does not have the horsepower to pull this machine. I think that is fairly obvious. It will run it, but it doesn't have the oomph to actually pull it. Now, I've got two options. I don't have the two options. I didn't save the game before I did this, so if I sell this one, I'm then out of pocket by quite a long way. Because we don't have a, you know, all I can do is take this one back and then add money back into the game afterwards. Alright, that's the only thing I can do. I can take this one back and I can just basically restore the money to the position that we were in before we started this little fiasco. And say that it's a lesson learned and get the, we need to like cut down two more trees. We only need to cut down 2 more trees. And then get this is not going to work, right? This is absolutely not going to work. It's going to take too long, so we're going to need to just we'll get rid of this one, and we're going to have to change things over. So what I'll do is rather than bothering to go back to the dealership, I'm just going to sell the machine right from here, and then I will log out and I'll log back in again. We go to the garage. Is that we can't test it. We can't like do a trial. So I'd like to have been able to do a trial. That would have made a big difference. So I'm just going to sell that one just as it is, 19,000, just like that, and I will restore the money to the exact amount that we had before we started that little bit. Right, I have sold the big one that we were testing out. I have returned the money to exactly what it was prior to buying that one. So that one was definitely a mistake. There's a couple of fertilizer jobs that have come up. We got one on field 14 and we've got one on field 17 that we'll be able to do. So we've got 14, 17 over here. If we take a look, we can remove that need there. Just a minute and do it like that. So yeah, we got 14 and 17 right here. 2 jobs there for fertilizer. We'll deal with those in a bit. I'm not going to worry about them just yet. I'm wanting to look at this. So I've got also some additional loading wagons. Now, there is this one right here. I have been told by a few people that it's probably better not to use this one on small tractors because when the pickup's down, it does tend to lift the wheels off the ground on the tractors. So thank you very much for that warning. I will keep that in mind. I was actually planning to use that one because what we used was this one here, which our tractor wasn't able to pull. I went and added some extra mods for some small vehicles in here. So we've got this Hagedorn loader wagon 4-ton. It takes 8,000 litres. Now, I thought this one interested me a lot. I thought this one sort of fit the whole theme of what we're doing, and the price seems to be fairly well balanced for what we're doing as well. So I really like that one. That one's a definite possibility. Then I got this one here, which is a 24,000 litre machine. 60 horsepower for that one. Configuration unfolded, configuration folded. That takes 17,000 litres. That takes 24,000 litres. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. That one does seem a little bit pricey. And then there's this one. This takes 15,000 litres. However, it's only 675 euros. Now, arguably, you could say that, see, we got 15,000 unfolded at 675 euros. It's exactly the same price in there. Wheel setup, you can have a little bit more for wide tyres like that, but not a great deal. This machine right here is a very, very old and very basic forage wagon. There is nothing special about this machine. This is definitely an old machine. I really like it. The game itself doesn't penalize us for not having any decent precision chop on the forage wagon. The price that we're paying for it does actually seem about right for the machine that we're getting, but the 15,000 litres, like that, it seems like a fair capacity. I mean, we could go with a smaller capacity, have the folded one for 11,000 litres on here. It's still the same price. I don't know if that's like a little bit too cheap. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do, and it's only 11,000 litres. It's not a lot. And then there's these two over here. This is the last two. These two bad boys right here. So I've got that one, which is 10,000. We've got fill volume, small attachment. You got big attachment. Small attachment there, small attachment, and then big attachment. I don't know what the difference is in them, but basically you can have between 10 and 13,000. You can have an aluminium side or you can have a wooden side. I actually prefer the wooden-sided one to the aluminium one, but they are both a collapsed version. So I was kind of thinking at this one, the 13,000 litre version of this one, the fill volume, big attachment, and you can have the hitch. There's two different configurations for the hitch. This one here is typical UK. This one here, I believe, is a lot more common in Eastern Europe. I never personally seen attachments like that in this country. I've not seen very many tractors with an upper hitch either. I have spoken about that before. So this to me is very unusual. So if I was to do it, I would sort of pick out the one that I'm familiar with, which is this one here, the hitch lower down. I'm thinking this one. I'm thinking this one right here, 13,000. I think this is a little bit more balanced at 3,400 euros than the cheaper version. It's not a lot different. It's still no precision chop on it. I think there's like some stationary knives or something in there. But there's not a lot going on with this one. So we're going to try, this is what we're going to try. We're going to see if we can do this one. It requires 40 horsepower. And we'll just stick with those colors that we've got at the moment. And we will see if our wee tractor right here is able to pull it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tractor over to the shop and we're going to collect that one up. We'll bring it back. We'll try it out a little bit on some of the grass that we've got there in the field. If that does turn out to be okay and this one does do the job fairly well, we've got enough money. With this one, we can combine that money with some more. We don't need to combine the money, sorry. We've got enough money now. We can combine the machine we got. We can buy a rake, okay? We could go and buy a rake, a small one that could go on the small tractor, and we could start raking our field. But we want to test this out first, and we want to see what this is like. I'm really, really hoping that this one is actually a bit more, so it won't be suitable for anything if I go and destroy the back of the tractor like that. So I'm really, really hoping, like, pulling it along just on here is fine. Pulling it along here. I've unfolded. Oh, I've got to press X. Ah, I see. Okay, I like that. You've got to unfold it. And I'm able to pull that along without any problem. Right, this is looking a lot more promising. We might actually be able to use this one. So that means we could go and get a rake as well. Use the rake, and we then got some bigger swaths that we can go and pick up, which means that the overall collection process is going to be sped up a bit. Now, if I'm busy raking our field with our small tractor, I will do the fertilizer jobs that we've been offered. I will have to lease the machinery rather than buying, rather than sort of doing all of it ourselves. I will have to wait and see on that front. But the first and most important thing is, let's unfold this one. We get this up into the field and we will test it by doing once around the field. Just with the machine running. And we'll see how we get on with it. Like, how wide is the pickup on this thing? Seems pretty good so far. We're able... Okay, we've got a decent width on the collection, which is good. That compensates for any of the issues that you get with the game itself. And so if we were to do raking on the fields, I would go round and do the outside rounds like this anyway. Gather up all of the grass on the outside rounds, and then we can set the rake going up and down the middle runs just to, like, gather up the swaths a little bit more. But there's 3,000 litres of grass already. Like, yes, we can do it like this, and yes, this will work. We've got a reasonable speed that we can travel along as well. We're doing 20k at the moment. Like this... I didn't actually check what the top speed of this machine running is, but I will do that in a minute. And we will then be able to see if it's as fast as 20k, it looks like. Doesn't look like it's going to go any faster than 20k. But I'm liking this idea. I'm liking this. Like, I've been dreading this job a little bit because of, like, how much work is going to be involved with picking all of this up and how I'm going to be able to do it. Because I don't just want to leave the grass and throw it all away. We've gone to all the trouble of mowing it. At the same time, I don't want a job that is so ridiculously tedious that nobody ever wants to watch this series ever again. We need to achieve that happy balance, don't we? And I think the happy balance in question is going to be this machine right here and a rake as well. Like, I'm going around the edge. I haven't even done halfway around the field yet, and I've got just about a full machine. So by the time we've gone through with a rake and like gathered everything up, I think it's going to work out really nicely right there. So we're full now. So I'm going to go up through the middle of the rows here like this. This means that we need to now get the rake, because I'm actually thinking that we could go around the outside and do a couple of passes around the outside edge with a rake. Once we've done all of this, I'm also thinking that it would be a good idea if we ploughed this field. I know that it's not going to benefit us hugely to plough the fields, but there is a few things that it will do, and we can also extend the edges a little bit. So we're going to have a look at what sort of plough we can get and how we can use it. Now, I've just got ordinary grass in here. So I'm going to bring it into this bit right in here, into the silage clamp, and I'm going to start unloading it. There we go. And I'm going to unload that in here, and that's going to turn into chaff, and we are making silage. Fantastic. Right, so I'll bring you out to here. So I'll unload that. I will unhitch that one right there. Now, our other tractor is only about like 25 horsepower, I think, so we want a rake that one's going to be able to pull. At the moment, I'm kind of thinking the small one from the Alpine pack, the small rotary, the rotor rake. I think that might be our best bet. I should have my beacon on for this. But I'm not quite sure on that. Like, it's a difficult decision to make, that one is. I'd like to be able to test it, but at the same time, we know that testing it doesn't always work out very well. So obviously I can't go and use something like that. It's going to be too big. This one, we could potentially pull it, but I'm not sure that little tractor will be able to do it. Now, I've got just enough money to be able to get that one. This one here actually takes more horsepower, and our little one won't be able to cope with that. At 4.6 meters, it won't be able to do it. This one here, 35 horsepower, 3.4 meters wide. This one is amazing, but it needs 100 horsepower to run. We know this one's amazing because we use this one in the Hagenstead series, and it does work really well. There is that one, of course, that we could try at 2.5, so that's giving us a 5-meter collection area, but again, it's I think it's front-mounted one. Right, if I have a look at that, and look at this, I'm looking at that, and the wheels here make me think that this is intended to be a front-mounted one, but I mean, maybe it will... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.